What is up, everybody? Are you excited, Cody?
I'm very excited
Do you know why we're excited?
because we're back.
We are back. It's the Unrelated Sports Podcast. I'm Andy. The guy who you heard is Cody.
That's me.
And it's Super Bowl week.
It is. It's a super week.
It is.
That's lame. All right.
Podcast title. There we go. It's Super Week.
Su-
So,
who did I see? Did George Kittle? Did you see him say, "I'd rather watch paint dry than watch the Super Bowl"?
oh, George. That doesn't
Don't
surprise
ever
me.
change. You can call me George Kittle.
Yeah.
Have you seen
Tight
that
end you, baby.
commercial?
Yeah, I know I've seen that commercial. Yeah, because it's a Little Caesars one, isn't it?
Maybe. Yeah, I think
I think.
so.
Yeah, that's a good one. Again,
Thanks,
he's
George
ours.
Kittle.
Yeah.
Thanks.
He's
You can
he's an
call me
Iowan.
George Kittle.
He's ours. So
Tight
Cody,
end, you baby.
how was your weekend? How we doing?
It was pretty good. Went to the Dogman movie.
Dog man, what's up?
It's like a kid's comic book
Mm,
my daughter absolutely loves.
okay.
So I think it's the same writer that made like the Captain Underpants, and
Okay, I got you.
I think he has another something or other, but it's pretty okay.
Pretty okay. Okay, well
Yeah. I mean
that's good.
it was entertaining. She loved it. I was happy with that.
Okay, well that's kind of what you want then, because if it's not for you, it's for her.
Yeah. Yeah, it was all for her and she had a great time.
Okay, good. Hey, just an FYI, it's 12 days to the Daytona 500. I know you're excited.
Oh, I can't wait. Like, you think you're excited. Feel these nipples. Like,
They hard, rock hard.
they're rock hard right now.
Okay, well that's good. I think.
Yeah, not disturbing at all.
No, you just put some really bad mental image in my mind, but that's
You are welcome.
so thanks. Hey, so just an FYI, NASCAR season did unofficially start this past weekend. They had it's called the Clash at Bowman Gray. So, do you remember from the old NASCAR games? There was a racetrack called Dodge Stadium. I think is what the name of what it was
Yeah,
called. That
yeah.
track is basically based off of Bowman Gray. There's a football stadium in the middle. It's a racetrack around the outside, just a little
Okay.
quarter-mile track. Um, yeah, so that's basically the preface from that make believe track. And I don't know, it was actually they call it the Madhouse because they have weekly races every Saturday night, and there's basically fights. Like guys are driving through the football field to crash one another.
Oh,
Like
nice.
it's like a
It's
built-in demo derby. It's interesting.
it's I want you to go out there and hit the pace car.
Yep,
That's how
that's
you're doing it
that's
for like
exactly what it is.
hit the
Um,
pace car. It's the Days of Thunder reference for
yes.
all you people. That's my favorite NASCAR race ever. The movie Days of Thunder.
Hey, fun fact: did you know though that when they were recording scenes for that movie, that car actually was part of an actual NASCAR race?
Yes, I did know that.
Okay. Don't think Tom. I don't know. Tom Cruise does his own stunts, but I don't know if he was racing in that or not.
Yeah, I doubt that.
Yeah, they
I,
probably
I
let him
think you'd
out.
have to qualify for still,
Yeah.
but
But race was actually pretty fun. The last chance qualifier to get into the big feature got kind of nuts because guys just kept wrecking every so often. But NASCAR's most popular driver, Chase Elliott, dominated the race and won. So it
that's
was
good.
fun.
Wasn't
So
there?
that's all. Oh, good.
When I remember watching racing, when I actually paid attention to it, there was like the Bud Pole shootout. That was
Yep,
I always
and
remember that as kind of the
that
opening.
yeah, that's what this race used to be, like the Budweiser shootout. And
But
now,
that was at Daytona though, wasn't it?
yep. And
Yeah.
in 2021, they moved it from the Daytona Oval to the Daytona Road Course. And then in 2022, they moved it out to the West Coast, where they raced inside of the LA Coliseum. They built a racetrack inside of a football stadium.
Okay.
So just to try to gain some new, I don't know, new viewers, new fans. I personally
Did
wish they
it?
would go back to Daytona just because it always felt like a good kickoff to the season, like a little
It's.
prelude to the Daytona 500.
I mean, it's Daytona.
I know. But what do I know? I'm not part of the France family or in bed with anybody in NASCAR. So
That is probably all right, though.
Yeah, you're not
I mean,
wrong.
you'd be a lot richer, but maybe this podcast would have some funding behind it, and we'd be doing this full time.
Hey, we're on
But
our way up. You just gotta believe a little bit. We will be
then
there.
again, we're both also working on our college football teams as we are shooting this episode. So
That is true. But I
I
can
don't
multitask. As a two-time national champion now, I can multitask.
back to back. Are you gonna try to do the same thing that the Chiefs are doing this weekend, going for the three-peat?
Well, I mean, why not? Like, I kind of
Yeah,
have to, don't I?
I mean you don't have to. You could quit.
Oh, that's true. But I don't quit, Cody.
All right.
Most things. Um. Okay, so that was my little racing update. Do you have a little wrestling nugget
Oh, I have
for us,
some
sir?
wrestling nuggets to come tonight. All right. Um, so I'm gonna start it off with big two of the top three recruits committed to their colleges this year or to this week. Um, they're the class of 2026, so I think they would all actually be juniors this year. They're starting to commit already.
Okay.
Um, so there's an Iowa native number. He's Dreshawn Ross, who's going for. I think he's going for his third his third uh, state championship sometime this month. Um,
Okay.
wrestles for the Dirty Dodge. He was part of TJ Seabolt's wrestling club. He was a former Hawkeye wrestler. He has a young
Okay.
kids club that is pretty well renowned. He's got quite a few Hawkeyes actually right now. That a lot of Hawkeyes went to that, and I actually think Carter Fausick also went to TJ
Okay.
Seabolt. He was a four-time state champ for Cresco, wrestling for Iowa State right now. Anyway, um, so he was the number 3 overall commit. He's wrestling at 215 in high school. There's a 197 or heavyweight in college, and he announced that he will be leaving the state of Iowa to go to Okie State, Oklahoma,
Hmm.
and wrestle with David Taylor. So that was kind of a gut punch for some Hawkeye fans, just because like not a lot of in-state people go out of state. Like Iowa or Iowa State are usually able to get them. Now I've heard some rumblings that he didn't commit to Iowa because they do have Ben Keeter right now, and he didn't want to sit a year or two behind Keeter. Um, Keeter's got this year and 3 more years of eligibility, and Deshaun Ross is probably too big of a guy to go down a weight at 197, and he might be a guy that's looking to play football too, like Keeter.
Hmm. Okay.
Um, so you're not going to be cutting weight, so you're going to be going for heavyweight. Um, so yeah, people in Iowa were pretty butthurt about him leaving. Um, it sucks, but like Okie State's a up and coming program with and a heavier weight guy wanting to wrestle with David Taylor makes a lot of sense. David Taylor is, I mean, he was the number one pound for pound wrestler in the world for quite some time, Olympic gold medalist. Anyway, so uh, then I think just shortly after Deshaun made his commitment, it kind of popped up that Bo Bassett, the number one overall recruit in the country, was going to be making his decision sometime this week, and it kind of got leaked that it's coming Monday, pushed it back. It said it was Tuesday. They had a dual meet tonight that he had made this announcement shortly after, right after the dual meet. Flow Wrestling was all over it. I mean, it was the most covered event since Spencer Lee's uh, recruitment, and it's kind of ironic because Bo Bassett's favorite wrestler of all time was Spencer Lee.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
he he committed to He's from Pennsylvania, um, wrestling for the McCourt Wrestling Academy, basically. And he committed to the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Go Hawks.
And the Hawkeyes needed it. I kind of had some insider information on that one. I've known for about 24 to 48 hours that he was going there, just from the people I follow on Twitter that know. And you still are nervous because,
Mm-hmm.
I saw some things about I actually saw a tweet about a plane leaving Iowa City to go to Johnston. So and then Tom Brand shows up there, kind of like really calm my nerves that he was going to go somewhere. A couple years, was it last year? Last year, year before. AJ Ferrari, or not AJ Ferrari, Angelo Ferrari, the good brother, the Hawkeye. He committed to Iowa on Flow Wrestling, and when he did it, everybody was hearing he was going to Iowa. It was, his brothers were already both in Iowa City. It was pretty well known. And then when he sat down, he had 3 or 4 hats in front of him, and then he pulled out a Penn State hat out of underneath the table, went to put it on, and he tossed it, and it was like, oh my god,
Oh,
like
okay. I think I just saw that video actually that
yeah,
just resurfaced.
it was it gave me some nightmares. So even like today, when Bo Bassett announced that he's going to Iowa, it was a because I saw him come out like he kind of announced it without announcing it before. He was
Uh-huh.
wearing a Hawkeye shirt when he got out to talk, and
Mm.
I was like, please don't let this be a moment where he like rips it off and has something else. Like I've seen that happen before. You've seen that with football recruits. Like they're wearing a Oregon shirt and then they come out, rip it off, and they're wearing Alabama underneath it. There's been some really good ones of those. Like for football, I remember a mom getting really. I remember there's a really
Oh,
famous one where a mom was really mad that her son committed to wherever he did.
yeah. Was it like Florida or Auburn? It was somewhere down
I
south.
thought it was Auburn over Alabama or
It
Alabama
could have
over
been that
Auburn,
too.
something like that. It was,
Yeah. It was
but
like,
yeah.
oh, he was just ridden out of the will right then and there.
And oh that well, I'm gonna be in trouble because I don't have my sheet on it, but
Oh
or any of
no.
my information. But that that will bring me to my pest of the week, brought to you by Decora Pest Control. Uh, Call Cass at Decor Pest Control for all your bug and termite or bug and pest needs. I should find his information because I don't have the card that I always have with me.
What am I
What
gonna do
a
with you, Cody?
I
What am
don't
I gonna
know.
do?
I'm failing here, but Penn State fans are my pests of the week this week. Decor Pest Control offers services for bed bugs, box elder bugs, bees, fleas, earwigs, cockroaches, and he also does residential and commercial pest control, and also is certified to uh, for termite inspections. Call Cass at 563-419-3251 and tell him the boys at Unrelated Sports Podcast sent you.
That's us. If
Um,
anybody was wondering.
Penn State fans are not reacting well to Bo Bassett going there. Actually, it's kind of a lot. There's a lot of Hawkeye haters on Twitter for wrestling. They were a powerhouse for so long that I don't know why they're not switching. So more people aren't switching to Penn State haters because they're the new, dynasty. It's,
Hmm.
Iowa is, I would say, like New England was, and
Ooh.
Penn State is now the Chiefs. Like,
Hmm.
like Iowa hasn't fallen that hard, but like not getting first for Iowa, it feels like they're one of the worst programs. In reality, they're a top 5 program always, but they're talking about this pick saved their. It might have saved Tom and Terry's job, this type of thing.
Well, what's the old saying? I think it's a Steelers saying. The standard is the standard,
Yeah,
and that's what it is for Iowa
Iowa has
wrestling.
that standard. Like they expect their fans. We have probably the smartest fans in the world when it comes to wrestling. Smartest
Okay. Yeah.
wrestling fans,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
not like they know the rules. They know. I'm gonna say Penn State does not have that. They have people that weren't wrestling fans 10 years ago, 15 years ago, and then now that Penn State's dominant in it, they're like, "Oh yeah, I love wrestling." So, but yeah, they're reacting pretty bad, like turning on Bo Bassett. They're, "Oh, we're still gonna own you," and like, dude, the kid has been nothing but the most humble wrestler, and like he's just been gracious and lets flow into the life of him, like to show what it's like. And everybody loved him, and now he just became public enemy number one.
Probably actually Public Enemy number two. I think Sandusky's still number one. But
That's also true. But
sorry, I was waiting to sneak
anyway,
in some Sandusky joke right there. It was just
I should have made a pedo state joke, but I never did.
yeah.
I'm
That's
better
right.
than that.
We'll let it slide this time. Um. So Cody, we're gonna touch on this a little bit later, but I know
Kind of
we
like
like to
Sandusky
make
touchdown. Never mind.
that was good. But
Thank
I
you.
know we like to make fun of our brief little NBA updates, but there was actually some monstrous NBA news. What was it? Saturday night, Friday night, whatever night it broke.
Yeah,
A big trade between the LA Lakers and the Dallas Mavericks, where Anthony Davis got traded for Luka Doncic. So basically, you have a 31, 32-year-old still star in Anthony Davis gets traded for a 25-year-old superstar in Luka. It's craziness.
that's that's big. Like that's
Yeah.
I mean I know that was big, and you've heard my weekly basketball updates. Like that's what I think of basketball. But like, wow, Luca
Well,
is he's good.
yeah, he gets buckets. And when Anthony Davis is healthy, he also gets buckets, but he's normally not healthy. That's why
Yeah,
Charles Barkley, I think it was Charles, started nicknaming him Street Clothes because he barely played. He was always in street clothes. Um, but yeah, you never see trades like this happen, like where it's just. And I think Dallas also got the Lakers first round pick or something like that.
okay.
It but still, you really don't see two superstars get traded for one another like ever in anything.
No, like you were talking about that before we aired. Like, who would that be? Like that'd be
I said
NFL wise.
NFL wise, I said maybe Burrow for Stafford or Burrow for Baker. You could even maybe even I wouldn't say quite Burrow for like Aaron Rodgers per se, but it'd be like
Okay,
a
yeah,
I would
because
say maybe more Burrow for Stafford, as in Stafford's getting up there in age. He still has
still,
some good in him, but he's
yeah,
gets dinged up a lot too though.
that makes sense.
But as I was telling Ashton, the NBA always wins their on the court product sucks, but they always win the storylines off the court. I don't know why.
Yeah,
They just always find ways to do it. The NFL is starting to creep into that and almost getting ready to take that over. But
yeah.
um, and speaking of like taking stuff over, have you heard of Caitlin Clark?
Oh yeah, she played basketball for the University of Iowa, I believe.
That would
She was
be
pretty good at
correct.
it.
She is. She's had her number retired this past weekend by the
Yeah,
University of Iowa, which is an insane deal. And Iowa picked a good day to do that because they were hosting number 4 USC and Juju Watkins, the sophomore sensation, and Iowa beat them with a bunch
yeah.
of top recruits in the house.
Like the number one, like that, kind of like it's kind of funny. We were talking about Caitlin Clark was in college the same time as Spencer Lee. They had a lot of actual meet and greets together.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Iowa just landed the number one overall recruit in wrestling.
Yeah,
Well,
and
they had a very happy number one overall recruit in college, female college basketball.
Well, and I mean, aside from all the festivities and stuff going on, I don't think you could pick a better weekend for this to happen in terms of you get to show all these recruits, hey, this is how much Iowa cares about women's basketball in
Yes.
particular. The men's game, the men's team sucks, but women's wise, and how much that fan base cares, like on a packed crowd like that. They
Yeah.
said, I can't remember if it was after Sydney Falter hit one of her threes, I think, that the place either reached, it was either 108 or 118 for decibels.
That's
I
insane.
Yeah, regardless, it's like the second or third loudest it's ever been compared to one of them was, I think, Caitlin's buzzer beater against Indiana, and then the other one might have been when she broke the career scoring mark,
Okay.
like on that 3-pointer. But
But like show what that means to all of those, like to a girl that's there wanting to be the next Caitlin Clark and seeing the passion that the fans have. And I think that's the one thing that like with the I'm gonna bring it back to wrestling for me, but like that's the thing that Iowa has and always has with the wrestling, like recruiting wise, they can always show, look how passionate our fan base is because
mm-hmm,
it matters to them. Like Spencer Lee said that part of the reason that um, one of the things that happened to him when he came on his recruiting visit to Iowa was he was just driving through Iowa City and the car pulled up next to him. It's like, yo, Spencer, like they knew who he was as a high school kid coming into Iowa City. Like people were ready and wanting to see this happen. They're gonna follow him, and I mean, once a Hawkeye, always a Hawkeye.
mm-hmm.
We're gonna
Well,
we're gonna have a fan base behind you forever. I
well,
mean,
I mean,
once Iowa,
good.
like look at Brock Purdy.
Yep.
Look at Iowa fans are just there's we're special. Like
I mean,
we
look at
might be
George Kittle.
special, but we're all
Wait,
yes.
yeah, we are special in our own special ways. But yeah, I mean, yeah, look at Brock, look at George Kittle. It's like the whole state galvanizes
Yeah,
behind them.
yeah,
They're both for me, they both play for the enemy, but it's still like in the back in my heart of hearts, I'm still like happy if they do well,
yeah,
unless it's
exactly.
against my
Like
team.
I hated Iowa State forever, but like I want to see Brock Purdy do well. He's got Iowa ties. You're just gonna root for the guy.
Exactly. And again, they seem like actually nice guys too. That's also it's Iowa nice,
Hmm.
Minnesota nice, not so much, but Iowa nice, yes,
Iowa nice is real.
yes it is. Um, let's see. Oh, hey, and speaking of Iowa State, I want to go to their men's team. The wheels have like fallen off. Like if they had an 18 wheeler, I think there's 16 that fell off, and there's only two left. They got beat
That's
down by
bad.
Kansas State at home over the weekend, and then they just got beat down at Kansas. Like what looked like they were going to be fighting for a 1 seed. I think they're going to be lucky if they get a 3 in the NCAA tournament coming up. It's just I don't
It,
know what
it
happened, but I mean they're still going to be in the dance. Iowa's not going to be in there. Not UNI's going to have to win the Missouri Valley if they want to get in, but
yeah.
it
I mean, like
is what it is. And
they
then oh good.
I was gonna say that the didn't Iowa or the Indiana Fever had a pretty big trade too.
Yeah, they have made some moves. Like they're
They they're
every
trying to
like
become a
insider.
contender.
Yeah, every insider that I've been looking at or been reading tweets from said that yeah, they're not necessarily going all in, but they're making moves to contend.
And they actually have an exhibition preseason game or
Yeah,
something
yeah,
coming
yeah,
into Iowa
exhibition.
City.
Yeah, May 4th, I want to say, or somewhere early May, against the Brazilian national team.
That's
Which it was
cool.
funny because during Caitlin's jersey retirement, she was making some jokes just about how expensive it was probably to get a ticket to go to the game against USC, and then probably how expensive the tickets are going to be to play Brazil. So, but yeah, that.
That just shows, like we were saying, how passionate Iowa is about their sports.
Oh, hey, I will say one thing. It was pretty cool too, and maybe this was on a semi-recruiting pitch. You never know. But a lot of the Indiana Fever brass were at the jersey retirement too, like their new coach Stephanie White, and then
Oh,
some
nice.
other members of management. Um, Yeah, my gosh, that woman has some. She has some reach, just a little bit.
Yeah, she's her. Like there's
Yeah. On the flip
no doubt
side,
about it.
I don't want to say he's him, but Cody, the rumors are already starting that Rory's going to win Augusta.
Uh-oh.
People are. I know that's not good. People are already speaking that into existence. I mean, he did play well. He
Yeah.
ran away at Pebble, or not? Or not? Yeah, he kind of ran away. I would say.
Did you see Scotty Scheffler try to get a um autograph from him after his hole in one?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, he snuck into the crowd and like came up, tried to get us to sign his hat, and then he came over.
I did see two, and I can't remember if this is the first time ever. It's the first time in a long time. But both Rory and his fellow countryman Shane Lowry both had holes in one, and they finished first and second.
That's cool.
Like I don't know if
Like
that's ever
a
actually
lot of
happened.
times you see a guy hit a hole in one in that they're not doing great at the time. It's just like it's rarely like in a great round that they hit a hole in one. It's
Yeah,
weird, but
most of the time they're either not making the cut or they're on the very back end of the
yeah,
field. And but yeah, good for Rory. His Boston golf or TGL team, they're not doing good. They were getting beat down pretty bad last time I was looking. But so we touched on that. Anything else you want to touch on before we move
uh,
on to the
shout
big
out
game?
to not a shout out like where the goat lost his mom this week. That
Yeah,
sucked.
yeah.
Um,
Thoughts and prayers are
Tigers,
with Tiger. And
yeah,
eh,
too bad to see.
yeah, well, but now she's back with Big Girl with Tiger's dad
That's
and
true.
everything. And but yeah, no, yeah, that just came down. Got it. Tiger just announced that today, so that's pretty sad. But
Yeah.
but Cody, I guess for the last time this year, do you want to talk about football?
I thought you'd never ask. It ain't gonna be the last time we're talking about football,
That's
though.
true. Okay, so before we touch on the big game, I got just a couple little house cleaning things to do. Miles Garrett apparently asked for a trade.
He wants to go to a contender.
So Philadelphia or Kansas City, come on down. You're probably going to be trading for him because that's what they do.
Yeah.
Or Detroit. Oh my gosh, if he went to Detroit
Ooh.
with Aiden Hutchinson, Jordan Love might die next year if that's the case.
Yeah. That's scary. That's a scary thought.
So I don't know what you give up for him either. Like, do you give up two firsts? Do you give up first and a second? I really don't know
I
what you give up.
What's his asking for, or what's his value? I don't know, because like a lot of times you don't get what they don't get what they think they should out of that type of a guy that wants out.
Yeah. Now that was big. Probably the I think this was more surprising though. The Rams said they're going to trade Cooper Cup.
Yeah, that's. He said
So
he
is
wanted to retire there. Like that was the only team he wanted to play for. So
so is Matt Stafford going to retire then, or like because I don't think he would be okay with
seriously,
that.
yeah, that'll be a big knock against them. Um,
Where do you think
I did
Cooper
see.
goes? I mean, I already have a thought. I think he stays in L.A.
Think he goes to the Chargers.
They need another guy, like
They
another
do.
reliable guy, and he wouldn't have to be the every down guy or the go to target.
That's true. I don't like that idea, but
Does Miami need one? Like in all
yes,
seriousness, like just a
yes,
possession guy.
yes. They have two speed guys. They don't have. Miami really needs one, but
Yeah,
that's it's actually funny. Tyreek, he kind of made some comments after the end of the season, and now he's not backtracking on him, but he's kind of saying like, I just want to make sure I want Miami to go all in on their roster. I want a good roster so we can compete. Which join every Dolphins fan ever. Like we want to compete. Um,
wait, you want to
show up in
compete?
the big moments though, Tyreek. Like put your money
Yeah,
where your mouth is. you were your worst when the lights were the brightest for us the last 3 years.
Yeah,
I
you're not wrong.
I love the guy, but like he had so many big time drops that how can you be calling for that when you're not showing up? You should be making everybody around you better because you're the one of the top paid wide receivers in the league history, and then you're making drops. I get it,
Um,
drops happen, but like you're paid to not do that.
Sometimes your ego just gets in the way. I mean, look at what he left, and look at what Kansas City's become since he left.
Yeah,
Just in all honesty,
yeah.
yeah, it's
I mean, like, yes, Miami's season last year was better, but I think as a team unit, when Miami wasn't trying to force the ball to Tyreek, they are a much better team. When
mm-hmm.
it, yeah. And then Tyreek got shut down a lot this year. He just, I
Well,
don't know,
the
they
thing
hit
is,
him.
think about it. What has been his biggest thing since he came into the league? Like his biggest like weapon that he's had.
Speed.
And unfortunately, that speed, Father Time eventually starts slapping you
Yep.
in the race of speed. So,
Father Time is undefeated.
yep. Unless if you're Tommy, which whatever. We get to listen to him this Sunday though. Are you happy?
Mm,
Okay. So, are you ready to break down the big game?
let's go for it.
Okay. Do you want to make our picks first, or do we want to do that last?
I mean, I don't know if you're saying picks, but
Well,
it is
we're
just
both
one.
making a pick, so well, so
You know what? Do I have to lock it? I don't even know if I put it on our Yahoo. I
okay. So hold on. So before we get there, this will be for the last time until August. Our weekly pick segment is brought to you by the boys at Zip and Zoobs Detailing. Zip and Zoobs offers a cleaning service for your vehicle. If you want to make your car look nice and shiny, inside and out, give the guys a call at 563-380-9772 and tell them that the boys at the Unrelated Sports Podcast, which again is us, including Cody,
That's me and
um,
you.
that we sent you there. Okay, Cody, are you picking Patrick Mahomes or not?
So I'm just gonna start it off with I will go first because I have a record of 198 and 86,
Yep,
where Andy has a record of 181 and 103.
I broke 180. Holy cow,
He did. I think the playoffs helped.
that is true.
Um, I'm just gonna go back and count how many weeks Andy had the lead. Let's see. Oh, I don't
You
see
were having
any. Andy,
you were having a lot of fun with this, aren't you?
I am having a lot of fun with this. Um, I don't see a single week that I won by two. I won. Oh, we tied that one. Tied that one. I won by two. Won by one. Won by two. Jeepers. It's weird. For a guy that's supposed to know football pretty well, you're not very good at picks. So I'm so happy right now. Your face just, it's great.
I got nothing.
Beautiful face of yours, Andy.
I got nothing.
I am picking the Chiefs for the three-peat.
Well, Cody, a wise man once said, "Never pick against Patrick Mahomes."
You've said that.
I have. Guess what I'm doing this week?
You're picking against Patrick Mahomes. Now, my question though, do you think, had this not been your only opportunity to get a win over me for like a weekly win, would you still be picking the Eagles?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so I know we never really actually we didn't do a podcast after this because your furnace stopped working. But
Yeah.
the Bills Chiefs game, who was the best player on the field that day? You could say Mahomes if you want to, but I don't think he was the best player on the field that day. It was James Cook.
Yes.
Kansas City could not stop him at all, and for some reason, the Buffalo didn't want to give him the ball late. Don't know why. Cody, who's the best player on the field on Super Bowl Sunday?
I mean, Patrick Mahomes, but the best, yes, I Saquon Barkley is the best running back in the league.
Yeah, and it's his birthday, along with Cooper DeJean. Shout out, go Iowa, go Hawks. But I think Saquon's going to be a problem.
Oh,
I
I
think he's going to be a big
100% think
problem.
he's a very big problem. I just don't. I can't bet against Mahomes in the Super Bowl.
I know it. Like I said, it's not my smartest thing to do, but
I get it. I do. It's on paper. This is a really good game.
well, and I know it's not going to get a lot of the love, but you know the matchup I'm looking most forward to? The uglies, the battles of
Oh
the
yeah,
trenches, like both
yes,
sides.
for sure.
You get to watch Jalen Carter go against Creed Humphrey, which in the playoffs, you want to know what percentage of players have gotten him by Creed Humphrey at all when he's
I'm
been
gonna
in
go
pass
with
protection?
I'm gonna go with 0.
You would be correct. He has a pressure rate of 0.0.
That's insane.
Yeah, I mean, both offensive lines are nasty. Phillies is obviously nasty in the run game.
Yes.
Kansas City's is nasty all around. I mean, Philly's is nasty all around too. But it's gonna. The one thing that does
Yes.
scare me though about just picking Philly, Jake Elliott has been kind of unreliable this year. Very, 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 very shaky. Harrison Butker, America's favorite kicker, is on the other end, and he's usually really good.
He has been. He has taken over Justin Toucher's spot as the GOAT in the NFL right now. He's the best
And
kicker in the NFL right now.
it might be for the foreseeable future too. But
Yeah. Yeah.
so special teams wise, I give the edge to Kansas
Casey.
City, and they also have Mahomes. I don't know. I feel like this is why
I
you got Saquon Barkley for this
yeah,
game.
100%. I think both offenses are better than the respective defenses of the other team.
Mhm.
They're both very good defenses, but putting the ball in Mahomes' hand is always dangerous.
Yeah.
But
I,
putting the ball and Hurts has looked the best he's looked.
mhm.
He hasn't had to do as much, but he's playing within the system and he's looked really good when he's had to.
Yeah. And I want to see who does Philly have to match up against Xavier Worthy? Like, are they gonna have Cooper DeJean? Like, it's
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know what they do. It That's gonna be interesting. But
he's
there's only
he's fast.
he makes fast people look not fast. But if there's one way that you can beat Patrick Mahomes, and with any great quarterback, you can say this with Rodgers, with Manning, with Brady, whoever, you got to keep the ball out of their hand. And the one way you can do that, Saquon can take it to the house every freaking time he touches the ball. You got to run the damn ball.
Yeah, I expect him to get a lot of carries. A lot.
So, question for, and this is for whoever wins for both sides. Who is your pick for MVP, and who's like a dark horse pick?
Ooh.
Like, I can give you mine if you want to, and then while you're thinking.
Well, I mean, the obvious choice for each team is Saquon
And Mahomes.
and
Yeah.
Mahomes. God, for Philly, would it be crazy to think like, is it Jalen Carter?
Yeah, Jalen Carter, their big D tackle.
Yeah,
I
would
don't
it be crazy to see him to win it? Because
I don't think so. It could
he's
be
a
like an
big
Aaron.
nasty.
He could have like an Aaron Donald performance.
Yes, that'd be my pick for them. I mean, like I don't know, it's Chris. That's just going. Chris Jones
Yeah.
is probably their. I don't know how dark of a horse, but how about D Hop?
Ooh. I mean, think about it though. Kansas City's had a different person each game, each of their playoff games, just kind of come out of nowhere. Like, did you have Juju Smith-Schuster becoming like Mahomes' number one target the other day?
No, no, it definitely did not.
Like, I like the D Hop pick. If I had to, I'm gonna go defensively for both ways. I'm gonna go Trent McDuffie
Ooh,
because
that's a good one.
if they try to challenge him with throwing it to either, I don't know if they'll stick him on Brown or if he'll just stay on one side wherever Brown or Smith are at. But they challenge him. He could have a couple interceptions, maybe even a house call. And the other one, I'm going to go with the birthday boy, the rookie Cooper DeJean.
I wanted to say him. I just thought
Here,
that'd be too homerism.
here's the
I
only reason I say it, and it's not homerism. It's not only defensively could he make some plays. What else does he do? He
He
returns
returns
punts.
kicks.
And Matt Ariza, the punt god as they call him for Kansas City, he has a cannon for a leg. He just hasn't honed it in yet. So if you do one of those where you outkick your coverage, DeJean can find a hole and gone.
He, but the rest could call it back for a fair catch.
Yeah, that's inadvertent fair catch.
Is this a
Yeah,
Big Ten? Is this no? Was that a Big Ten officiating crew?
yeah, it was because it was against Minnesota. Yeah, oh, that would be funny, but it'd be sad at the same time if
Oh,
that
it'd
actually
be
ended up happening.
terrible.
But I don't know. They're in New Orleans. Ooh, actually, does the power go out this time? They're in New Orleans.
Yeah, I don't think I don't see that happening this time. But
Watch Kansas City fall down 28-0, and the power goes out, and then they have like a comeback like San Francisco almost had. Like it. I mean, if Mahomes wants to ascend to goatness, that's how you do it. It,
yeah,
it
you have
beat
to have
Brady's
that
28 to
28.
3.
Yeah, be down 28
Yeah,
instead of 25.
yeah. Cody, we have to listen to Tom Brady call the Super Bowl.
I know. I'm really looking forward to it.
I'm I'm not. It's not gonna be good.
It's not like they could have had, Greg Olson doing it.
Yeah. Poor Greg. I really hope he goes somewhere to be the number one. Just
Oh
somewhere.
yeah,
Like take
he should,
Collinsworth's
because
spot, please. Like I think Greg and Tarico would be awesome with one another. Like I think it would work. But
I
what do we
agree.
know? What do we know though? Okay, now just one last question here, and this is what the people want to know. What color Gatorade is getting dumped on the winning head coach?
Mm. I'm gonna go with the traditional lemon lime yellow.
Ooh, that's a good one. I think that might actually been. I think that's what they dumped on Andy Reid after they won the AFC title game.
Okay.
I thought they dumped either they gave Sirianni the bath. I can't remember which one of the two. I think last year when Kansas City won, I think it was purple. It's either purple or blue.
Ooh,
I like that. I'm just gonna go with my favorite color. I'm going with orange because why not?
I do like the color orange, but
Yeah, because a lot of people. I can't bet on that for draft. Some odd reason DraftKings doesn't let you do that, but a lot of people bet on that. Same thing with the over under
there's
on the
so
anthem and just
there's so
other
many
little things.
prop bets, heads,
Yeah,
tails.
yeah, it'll be heads,
Um,
but um,
tails never fails. Uh, I do remember. I think I brought this up last year, but like one of my favorite things on that ever was Christina Aguilera
oh,
pissed off people so bad because they had picked the over for a lot of people picked the over because Christina Aguilera likes to belt it, and
mhm.
she forgot a like verse of the national anthem, so it took it to the under instead. Oh, people were upset.
Nice. Yeah, I think they have some. I think local New Orleans or I don't know local, but a native New Orleans person, John Baptiste. I think that's who's doing the anthem. I,
Okay.
I I've never heard of him at all, but so I would maybe think it's probably going to be nice and like a slow. I don't know if it'll be like on a saxophone or it'll be like some. Ooh, I hope it's on that.
That'd be cool.
Saxophone national
I
anthems are
do.
pretty sweet.
The Chris Stapleton doing it a couple years ago was fantastic.
Ooh, that's sure too. Reba was good too last year.
Reba is. I would say that like pretty much anytime you hear a country singer sing it is pretty good. But then there was that Ingrid Ingrid Andres or
Oh
whatever.
yeah, yeah. I know who you're talking about.
She well she checked herself into rehab right afterwards. And actually the funny thing is I had went and seen her like the year before. I mean she was opening for somebody. She was either opening for Carrie Underwood or Keith Urban at the Iowa State Fair, but
Okay.
she's a good singer. She did not do very good for the national anthem that year though. 'Cause I think that
Yeah.
was a World Series game or
Or was it Thanksgiving? Was it a Thanksgiving game?
maybe.
Yeah, I remember what you're talking about. I can't think of it off the top of my head. But
Let's see
so, do
here.
you have a score prediction too?
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 35 to 31.
I like that score.
Chiefs.
I'm gonna
Yours?
go. I'm gonna go 28-24 Eagles. I think it's
28-24. No.
relatively low scoring. Like I think both teams kind of have these slow touchdown drives,
Yeah.
and it just kind of comes down to okay, who doesn't kick the field goal, basically.
It was an all-star game.
Oh, okay. The MLB All Star Game, is that what it was?
2024 home run derby.
Oh, oh, okay. Yep. I remember now. Yep.
Which is weird that I saw it then, but I must have just saw it because people were like, look at how bad this was.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. I do remember that now. Yeah, that was not good. That was not good at all.
I don't even know who is performing at halftime this year.
Kendrick Lamar. I think
Hmm.
he's what, a rapper. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know if Drake will be making an appearance or not, but because I think those two had some beef, um, like during what last summer or something like that. So I don't know. Hey, look, you got a friend.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Gray. How are you? Oh,
So
there's some cat butthole.
any last words on the Super Bowl, sir?
I just hope it's a good game.
Hope so too.
Andy Reid did announce that he will not be retiring after this game. He will be back next year. Good to
Which is
know.
crazy because I would think if you win this one, and maybe him and Kelsey will go out at the same time, but you would think if you win a three-peat, like just go out on top right there and
Yeah,
then.
I know. But
But
like at the same time, if you win 3,
yeah,
can you
and
win
also
4?
you get to coach Mahomes.
Right?
Like,
It's yeah. I mean, he's
and
don't get me wrong. He's a hell of a coach. Yeah, it'd be like like I want to say it's almost like all those years of Peyton Manning having, or whoever was Peyton Manning's offensive coordinator had the easiest job in the world, but
same thing like
Reed
Aaron
does a
Rodgers
lot.
is, in all
Yeah.
honesty.
Yep.
Um, well, and if you think about it, both of those two, unlike like with Brady and Belichick, there was kind of an ego war at times
Yeah.
between the two. I don't think there's really anything in between.
I mean they're getting in commercials together. I don't think.
Yeah, and everybody loves Andy Reid.
Yeah. People used to love Mahomes, but I think that's fading. I'm still a fan of the guy, but
Yeah. Well, see, his popularity, it's like an every other year type of thing because, he'll have the year where his wife or his brother will do something stupid. So everybody will hate him. And then and then he'll be liked the next year. And then like this year it's where like they're getting in you know, accusations of the refs cheating
Yeah.
for him.
Which people have such short-term memories. They're like, "Oh, we never hated the Chiefs or the Patriots this much." Like, can you
Oh,
imagine Deflategate, like all of the Tuck rule, all of that stuff. Like,
how about when
you
in
just
the 2018 AFC Championship game where New England won in Kansas City because of a phantom roughing the passer call on Chris
yeah.
Jones? Like,
Um, we have short-term memories. Like
yeah, yeah. No,
it
the,
is what
the
it is.
the people just hate the Chiefs partly because of the Taylor Swift stuff too. They just hate.
Yeah.
But no,
Don't
the
get me
Patriots
wrong.
were the Patriots were the evil empire. It's just
Do they get some calls? Yes, but that's
every quarterback gets a superstar call. I mean, Josh Allen, I think, led the league in roughing the passer calls this year, or he was somewhere up there. It's just
yeah.
they all flop. It's how it goes. So, Cody, anything else you want to touch on in the NFL, college, anything else you want to touch on?
I did see two things. I guess I saw just kind of noteworthy more than big news. I saw Saquon said that he thinks Jameis Winston should go be the quarterback for the Giants.
We need Jameis as a full time starter next year. I don't care where. I really don't
Yeah,
care where. He needs to go somewhere.
football is better with him in there.
We could have a 40-40 season.
I love it. Um, and then I did see Sark, Steve Sarkisian, quarterback or coach of the Texas Longhorns, said something about he might not have their spring game this year just because of like how rough a 16 game season is on the players
Hmm.
in college
Actually,
football. I mean,
I wonder, and especially with the way other
and
transfer
it's
portals and stuff, you think they ever get rid of the term spring game and move it to like a summer game? Like I think it'd make more sense.
it would like, but like I mean the spring, like a lot of the times those games are like determining how these players do in prime time or whatever, or like in big moments. And
Yeah.
Texas, you pretty much know like you're not deciding your quarterback from this game. So like, and it really, are you going to be playing a lot of your like actual starters in that game if you're Texas? You're playing for backup roles.
Yeah, that is true. Wait, Texas has their
Yeah.
quarterback? Who's that?
Yeah. That's who. I saw somebody ask today. That's who I should have said. Who would Iowa getting Bo Bassett be comparative to football fans? And that should have been my. It should have been. My answer should have been Archie Manning to Texas. Like that's the type of thing. Like
Ooh.
it's gonna bring people more players, more wrestlers to that program. It's a program that once great, kind of faltering, trying to come back. Same type of thing. Like that would have been a great comparison I should have thought of earlier.
Ooh. That okay. Okay. No, that is a good one. I like that.
Damn.
So, Cody, should we move into our top five? Is it time?
I I think we have a pretty good top five for our topics tonight, honestly.
I think I think we do. So before we get into our top five, just a reminder to everybody, new listeners and our longtime fans. Our weekly top five was brought to you by the boys at Lick Tags Lawn Care, who specialize in complete lawn maintenance and health, snow and ice control, and small engine repairs. Cody, did you hear that we might get more snow?
Some snow and ice.
Yeah. So, get your snowblower all ready to go or your shovel all ready to roll?
You know it.
Okay. Well, if you guys have any questions about any of your snow equipment, or if you just want to get ahead for the summertime, give the guys at Lick Tags a call at 563-203-4238.
All right. Top five are how I don't know how you describe it. Our top five biggest
Well,
hardest to see, just like
gut. Well,
recruit
oh, okay. We must say this was a listener submitted
listener.
top
Yep.
five. Shout out, Catman. But it's top five gut wrenching trades, like ones that basically we hated as
Yeah.
the way how I understand that, like as our fan
I guess I
as
went with
fans.
trades or like losses. Like so losses of a player, like guys that left in free agent that you were hoping
Ooh,
to keep. Also, I kind of kept on there.
okay. Ooh, I like that. I like that.
That's what I started it with.
Okay.
Um, I'm gonna go just because I'm me. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna start off with my number five was a wrestling recruit. He had transferred from Minnesota to Iowa, and then when he heard the Ferrari brothers were coming to Iowa, he was the number one overall pick or number one overall recruit 3 years ago, 4 years ago. Cody Chittum. He left in the middle of the night. He had wrestled some like international tournaments with the Hawkeye Wrestling Club, and then the Ferrari brothers were coming to town, or he refused to be on the team with the middle Ferrari brother, Anthony Ferrari, who is now wrestling for the Long Island University Sharks. So Cody Chittum left and went to Iowa State in the middle of the night.
Yeah, that's
That one hurt.
yeah, that's not good.
He's a good. I mean, he's ranked number 11 for the Cyclones right now. I think redshirt freshman. So
Okay, so I'm gonna also kind of go with a guy that left per se, or actually, I don't know if it's even got left. I'm just gonna go with cut. I was very sad when Jordy Nelson got cut
I
from
get
Green
it.
Bay at number five. That yeah, Jordy was a lifelong Packer, and then he went to Vegas, and that just all looked weird.
Yeah,
But no, I love Jordy. So that one more kind of hurt, just like gut wrenching kind of cut. It hit you deep.
I get it. Um, my number four is another recent one. One of my favorite Dolphins of the recent years when he left to go actually to Vegas. Christian Wilkins.
Ooh, yeah,
That was just last year. That one hurt. He was fun. I loved watching him when he got drafted. He was just he's the biggest trash talker, but it was some of the most funny stuff. Yeah, that
okay.
that was disappointing. And he's just like I hate seeing Dolphins lose talent that they drafted.
Yeah, I'm the same way with the Packers. I don't. Yeah, I don't. Especially when they are like Micah Hyde, for example, who just announced his
Yep,
retirement. That the Packers let him walk,
yep.
and I didn't like that at
Like I
all.
could name with that I could name like 10 Dolphins that like we drafted and developed. They finally come on their final year of the Dolphins contract, and then they go somewhere else and just sucks. Olivier Vernon was another one.
Okay, my number four. This one is more just it's a what could have been. The Twins traded David Ortiz to the Red Sox. They got rid of Big Poppy, and it's just you see what he became in Boston. I mean,
Yeah,
he became a legend there.
yeah,
Don't know if that would have happened in Minnesota just because of how they like to run things there, but oh, we could have had Big Pop. We could have still had Big Poppy. He could have been a lifelong or a long time twin. Yeah,
that
that's all I
sucks.
got. That's all I got.
My number three, I'm counting this, because this is another like what could have been. Drew Brees to the Dolphins.
Ooh,
So they didn't actually sign him, but like
it was
it was
the
a
ink was almost on the dotted line, basically.
yes.
Yeah,
And then you go see him go win a Super Bowl with the Saints, and it's just we signed Dante Culpepper instead. He played all
yeah.
of 5 games with the Dolphins, I think.
Eh. I mean, Dante was good when he was good, but yeah, that was he was injury prone at that point.
His his prime was past.
Yeah, okay, that one makes sense.
Yeah.
Um, my number three, you might actually be surprised this one's a little bit low on my list. It's the day Brett Favre got traded to the Jets.
I knew that'd be on your list. I thought that'd been either two or one.
Yeah, that one hurt. I love Brett Favre so much, like
Huh.
so much when he played. And yeah, just seeing him, just when the second he got traded, I mean, then my mind shifted after, you have what, the 5 stages of grief, or how many stages of grief, or whatever. It's like, after I finally got over those, it's like, okay, Brett's gone. It's time for Aaron, and then obviously the rest is history there.
Yeah.
With when
Isn't it?
with the Rodgers transition to Jordan Love, I was already ready for that, so
Yeah.
we were good to go for that one.
Yeah. Rodgers, he had kind of, I don't know, ran out his welcome by the end there.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, with
It was,
Favre, at
it
least
was a weird.
they had just been to the NFC Championship game, so that's
Yeah.
where I think that also hurt a bit.
All right. I think my number two and one are both going to be pretty obvious, especially after I say number two.
Okay.
Um, Seeing Zach Thomas go become a Dallas Cowboy,
Mm,
like Hall of Fame Miami Dolphin player. Um, yeah, that hurt. That that was a gut punch. Just you see your like one of the guys that was one of the top three reasons that you became a Dolphins fan. I became a Dolphins fan. Seeing him play for a team that I'm not a fan of at all.
mm,
Um, that sucked.
yeah, I totally understand that one. Okay, my number two was an '08. Yohan Santana had just won 2 Cy Young awards for the Minnesota Twins, and shocker, the Twins didn't want to pay him at all. So what do? They traded him to the New York Mets. I loved Johan. He's probably my second favorite Twin all time behind Torrey Hunter, I would say.
Wow.
Um, he was so good, so good, so dominant. And then yeah, the Twins just said thanks and go on your merry way. For traded for Carlos Gomez, which Cargo wasn't bad, and some other prospects, but yeah, they've never had a pitcher like Johan since, like that
That
dominant.
sucks.
Yeah, but okay, so who's number one, Cody? I have an idea, but who's number one?
Well, it at one time was number two's brother-in-law. And this one hurt not only because he was also one of my top three favorite Dolphins of all time, but he went to the Redskins first, but he eventually went to the Jets. Jason Taylor.
So you're saying that that move did not bring you much joy at all, did it?
It did not bring me any joy. It did not make me skip at all.
Yeah, that's never gonna die for a long time.
Oh no.
We're gonna have some fun with that. Now that one I can understand. I mean, that's not that this is my number one, but it'd be like when Brett Favre went to Minnesota. I knew it was coming, but
Yeah.
it's just like it just yeah, it's like a
It,
knife just goes right through you.
yeah. Gut punch. It was kind of how I was gonna feel like if I saw Bo Bassett go somewhere else today.
That's
I was preparing myself for it.
that's
Didn't.
understandable. Um, so my number one, it actually has to deal with the jersey I'm wearing here. It's the day my Seattle Sonics traded Gary Payton for Ray Allen. I love the glove. He's my favorite basketball player of all time. I mean, they traded him for a top 3 shooter in NBA history, which is good, but they traded away the face of the franchise, and that still makes me mad. You know that the Sonics aren't a team anymore. But yeah, that one hit hard, especially as a 9-year-old. That's not good. But hey, when Seattle comes back, Gary Payton will be the number one ambassador, so we'll be good. if they come back. But so yeah, Cody, that's my top 5. I just want to say one honorable mention. This wasn't necessarily hitting me. I'd say the same like reaction would probably been when Dale Jr. left DEI to go race for Hendrick Motorsports. In a sense,
Ooh,
like
yeah.
you leave your father's team then to go to the arch rival team. Basically, that's what it was. So that's like just a quick little racing comparison app, but that's about it.
Yeah, I get that one.
So, yeah, we're at, we're on such a high this episode, and now we're just bringing
Yeah.
it back down.
Now we brought it back down. That's all right.
Yeah,
Just
no,
I'll just remind you that the Iowa Hawkeyes got Bo Bassett today, and that just makes me very, very happy.
I'm just happy there's 12 days till the Daytona 500. So we're getting there. My countdown's almost at 0 of flipping cars.
Not all of them have been thick.
That's true. Most of them have been
Flipping,
wrecking cars,
but
though. I even chose a
been
Jeff
wrecked.
Gordon wreck for you.
That
Like you know
that
how
made me
much that
happy.
hurt. You know how much that actually hurt me to have to do. It
That
hurt a
really
lot.
it really made me feel good.
You know the stupid thing? I actually remember that wreck that he got taken out by. He got taken out by some lap car 7 laps down.
That's funny.
That's what makes me even more mad. But
That
I'm
makes me
getting off
very
topic.
happy.
So you got any other wise words to give to the people before we close up shop?
Well, well, here's something funny. Here's how much Iowa loves wrestling
Okay.
or just their sports. The there's some tournaments going on. It said this guy in Alburnett regional wrestling tournament. The Bassett news was just dropped by the announcer during that. Like at a high school wrestling event, they announced the
Wow.
fact that Iowa's getting Bo Bassett. Like that's
nuts.
why wouldn't you want to wrestle for that program if people are that excited for you?
Oh yeah, hands down.
One of my host family members messaged me and said they said it over the loudspeaker at Walmart.
Oh my gosh.
That's another something somebody said. That's awesome.
Wow. Yeah, we're a special kind of group in a good way. Sometimes in a bad way,
Yes.
but mostly in a good way.
That's awesome. I was there were some tweets I read today that were like, this was not me because I'm older than this, but I'm a 32-year-old man. Why do I care so much about if Bo Bassett wrestles for Iowa? It's like, I feel that because I was checking my phone every few minutes trying to like see if there was any news or
Yeah, don't you gotta love in college sports because
I don't understand why we do it so much, but
I know we let our
it's so
whole
good.
night, our whole summer, our whole fall, our whole winter rest on 18 to 21-year-olds.
Yeah.
I love being a sports fan, don't you?
It's the best.
So,
I mean, like,
oh, good.
to say when Iowa won the 2021 NCAA Division I wrestling tournament was so awesome. So awesome. Should they have won the one in 2020? Yes, but that one got canceled because of COVID, so they should have won back to back, but
yeah.
That was so much fun.
Yeah. I mean, like my favorite moment, I still love like when you and I won the Missouri Valley Championship on a buzzer beater by Wes Washman in 2016. Like that is something that will be ingrained in my mind forever, just on how they won, and I was acting like an idiot after that went in. So, sports. That's why everybody listens to us, right?
Exactly.
Because they love sports too.
Yeah. Not just
like
because we're idiots.
I mean, we're only half of an idiot, though.
Fair.
Or we're two halves of an idiot. So
we'll go with that.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah, I like that. All right, Cody, send us away.
All right. Well, Make sure you like, follow, subscribe, rate 5 stars, hide your kids, hide your wives. I'm sorry, went off track. Yeah, tell your friends. Um, and just remember that fullbacks are people too.
Yes, they are. I don't know if any fullbacks are in the Super Bowl though, or on the Super Bowl roster. That's actually kind of a shame.
It's a damn shame.
But hey, don't
Boycott.
worry. My fullback scored a touchdown in the Natty last night, so it was a
Nice.
game clinching touchdown. So, as Cody said, fullbacks are people too. And we will catch you after the Super Bowl next week.
Peace.